Hi, Cancer, and welcome to your reading. If you're a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, then this reading is for you. I do monthly zodiac reads for all 12 signs before the beginning of each month. I know we're really pushing it today, but gotta live life on the edge, right? So, in addition to those, I also do pick card readings, but today we're going to be doing a monthly zodiac pull. So, as I said earlier, if you're Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is totally for you. We are going to, I have some oracle cards that I pulled for some messages for your overall month of March. And then we're also going to pull some tarot from the beautiful Rainbow Moon Tarot deck by Samantha West. And we're going to do some general tarot once again for the overall month of March. And then we're also going to do love and relationships, career and finances, and health and spirituality. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We'll take a look at your general tarot and then we will get into your oracle cards. Oh, wow, that was very fast. Okay. So, we have the Ten of Daggers, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We have the Eight of Crystals. Holy shit. The Four of Cups and the Ace of Crystals in the reverse. What is going on with you? We have the Moon in the reverse. We have Justice. Okay. And then we have my God. We have the Knight of Daggers coming out with the Page of Daggers. And we also have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. This is a lot. Holy crap, Cancer. Okay, this kind of explains why I felt like just jumping right into your reading. The other signs had more of an intro and you had a lot less of one. And I think this is why, because this is going to be a very long reading for you. All right. So let's start with signs and numbers here. So we have Sagittarius energy with the Wheel of Fortune. We have Pisces energy with the Moon. Moon's actually also Cancer energy because you're ruled by the Moon. We have Libra energy with Justice. We also have, let's see for numbers, we have number 11. We have number 18 and number 10. So maybe the 11th, 18th, and 10th of March are important dates for you. The 10th of March is the new moon, if I remember correctly. So you might be manifesting something on the new moon this month. The 10 also appears twice in your general tarot, and it's bookending the month. So let's go ahead and get into it. So with the Ten of Daggers coming out with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, you've consistently been in a place lately of being very stuck, stagnant, nothing is moving forward, nothing is getting better. That's where you've been up to this point. Currently, you kind of are just, I'm getting an image of someone just like on their knees, just throwing their hands up in the air, like having no idea what to do about anything. And in this place of just like surrender, not in a bad way, like actually the good kind of surrender that we tend to um, reinforce. Like you're surrendering, I feel like you're not happy about it. You're not happy about having to surrender. You're not happy about recognizing that you need to stop trying to control things because you attempting to control things hasn't helped you whatsoever. Um, I'm thinking very much about how, so in the typical moon card, you have the moon up in the sky and you have the two dogs on the ground on either end of it. In this card, it's two dog constellations. That in particular is sticking out to me. I don't know if you're really into, I mean, you're probably at least mildly into astrology if you're on my page, since I use tarot and astrology together. But you might also be into actual astronomy, mapping out where the stars are, not just their meanings and how they affect us, but actually looking up at their gassy structure. I, I don't know why I wanted to say it like that. But well, because I was going to say physical, but like I mean, they are physical, but they're a gas. And for some reason, that didn't jive in my mind properly. I digress. So maybe you're getting like, maybe you're going to be finding yourself this month, like actually just talking to the universe, talking to spirit, God, whatever, and being like, okay, fine, whatever, I give it to you. I know that I don't know what's going on now. I know that I can't control what is going on. It's whatever. You decide, and you're just surrendering. The thing that's bringing you to the point of wanting to surrender, like the lesson that you're supposed to be taking from the stagnancy and being in something that needed to end. Because there's been something I feel like you've known for a while has needed to end, but you don't know how to go about it. Um, so, what you're taking from that's bringing you to this point of surrender. Oh boy, here. So, with Four of Cups is like dissatisfaction, distraction, boredom. The Eight of Crystals or the Eight of Pentacles is perfectionism, working something until it is absolute. And with the Ace of Crystals in the reverse, that is, however, that brings me to a lesson that you weren't quite learning, a lesson that was taking you forever to get down. And I feel like the lesson has a lot to do with like realizing that you don't need to be perfect. It is not your job to be perfect. It is nobody's job to be perfect. What it is your job to do is to be discerning rather than perfect. I feel like the Four of Cups versus the Eight of Crystals, those are two very, very different energies. The Four of Cups is unbothered. The Four of Cups is like almost the energy of nothing is good enough for me. And the Eight of Crystals is the energy of I need to make it good enough. You needed to learn to like find something in between. Obviously, you can't go through life being a shitty person, but you also can't hold yourself to the standard of perfection. And at the same time, with the Four of Cups, you need to understand that you are worthy enough to be picky about things in your life. You're worthy enough to be picky about who enters your life. You're worthy enough to be picky about who deserves you physically, romantically. You deserve to be picky about what you do for money, about the kinds of friends you have, about where you live, if within reason with your finances, but like if you have choice, choose the better option of the things that you deserve to have in your life, of the things that you should have to put up with. You deserve to want good things for yourself and to pick those things, right? So you're kind of realizing that you need to come to some kind of equilibrium with that. And maybe you are beginning the month with working towards that equilibrium, but there is something that is causing you to just give everything up to the universe. I don't know if you're just kind of to a place to where you're like, I clearly don't know what's best. So you show me what is possible, and I will just work on loving myself, kind of thing. With the Justice card here, she's holding those scales, and we were talking earlier about equilibrium. So I do see that you're going to reach that. That's going to be your journey this month, is reaching some kind of equilibrium within yourself, between seeing your own worth and knowing that you deserve to be choosy, you deserve to be picky, and knowing that obviously doing the best you can is something to strive for, but you don't need to be fucking perfect. Um, the fact that I said it that way made me think of the song Fucking Perfect by Pink. So maybe you need to go give that a listen. With the Knight of Daggers and the Page of Daggers here, coming out with the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So the Ten of Wands in the reverse is actually when we go ahead and we release a burden. You're finally taking something and you're putting it down. You know it's not for you to worry about. The Page of Wands and the Knight of Daggers, they are a pair, right? They're a pair. Um, I feel like you were either like releasing a burdenous relationship to make room for one that is better suited to you. That, or you're simply finding that when you get a sense of equilibrium in yourself, in terms of worthiness and self love and self compassion, you also find that your inner divine feminine and your inner divine masculine, like those parts of you on the inside, they're now having an easier time stepping forward. But it's only after you find this equilibrium, right? So let's go ahead and move on to your oracle just to see what else we have here. All right, we have the Gentleman, card number 28, which also reduces to 10. I'm telling you, you need to go ahead and manifest this change within yourself on the new moon on the 10th. And then we have, wow, we have the Lady, card number 29. And this too is also a pair. This is a pair. Um, is the full moon on the 28th? Hold on. I need to see. No, the full moon isn't on the 28th, 29th, but the, I believe the last quarter moon is. So, but we do have a symbol of the full moon. So you could also very well be like, you know what? I'm a Cancer, I'm ruled by the moon anyway. Why don't I just work with the moon this month to achieve what it is that I want? Why don't I just work with the moon, see if it helps to manifest things? So you could be actually studying moon cycles and, tracking. Like, this is what I personally do. I chart in my calendar, like, I take a notebook and I write down the dates for each moon cycle. You can use AstroSeek and it will show you a lunar cycle for each month. Many lunar cycles don't stay, like, they don't end in the month they started in. They usually start in the middle of one month and then end in the next month, typically. But doing that and, looking at what sign it's in, like what zodiac sign, where that is in my chart, if it's maybe conjuncting or, you know, maybe not an exact conjunct, but like within 10 degrees of something else in my chart, And I just like, because each moon phase has a meaning. Each moon phase has, taking action, reflecting, releasing, things like that. Um, and I basically match it up to things that I can do on that particular day to help manifest something towards me, even if the thing that I decide I need to do that day is to meditate on my self worth. So that is, kind of what it looks like to work with the moon if that's something you're interested in. There's a lot of tools out there that can teach you how to work with the moon. But that is something I see you going ahead and at the very least trying this month. So I feel like this just kind of confirms the idea that you're going to equilibrium in your self worth is going to equal a more balancing of your masculine and feminine energies. So we also have card number 6. Collaboration brings more sweetness into my life and into the world. Bees could also be a symbol for you this coming month. I feel like there is a lot of like yellow. I feel like there's a lot of yellow and beige and tan, a lot of earthy colors. So you might be drawn to those colors this month. Yellow also represents the solar plexus chakra. So honestly, working on that particular chakra would help a lot to bring you into that equilibrium because that's where our confidence and our self-worth is stored in the solar plexus. I feel like we did mention earlier being pickier about friends, and one of the things when you are learning to love yourself is you start surrounding yourself with different people. So you could very well be just kind of taking a look at your friend group and just thinking about who makes you feel good about yourself and who is supportive of you versus who is not, who doesn't support you. And it doesn't have to be like simply like someone doesn't agree with something you're doing, therefore you cut them out. It can be that someone doesn't support you, but maybe like when they explain to you what it is, you can hear and see for yourself that it's coming from a place of love and concern. And maybe, if someone voices their thoughts and they kind of leave it alone, like that would be okay. Um, but if someone is not supportive from like a place of like jealous energy or thinking something stupid or this, that, or the other, those aren't good people for you. And on the other side of that is also, it's not good to have friends who aren't willing to call you out. People who love you are honest with you. Even if it takes them a second to get there, they are honest with you. They won't just like sit back and let you do something harmful to yourself or at least not tell you what they think. So taking a look at your groups, at your friends, who you need to keep around. We also have hemp with expansion, so you could be indulging a little bit more in the, you know, in the flowers. Thinking about your buds and the flowers. Lord. Let's go ahead and let's see. We also have restore and replenish. We have number 38 here. I'm looking at how like they're just sleeping and like you have the dirt, you have shells, you have leaves, and then out here we have buttons. And it looks like a key. It's also making me think of, if you've ever seen Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest, it's making me think of the scene towards the end where after they get rid of the big bad, inside of the flower, because they thought Krista died, but when the flower opens up, she's just sitting there sleeping, waiting to come out and be saved. Not saved, but woken up. She's resting and replenishing. She's literally resting inside of the flower after she got rid of the big bad because the flower needed to restore her. right? If you've never seen Ferngully the Last Rainforest, you need to go watch that movie. It's a generally great movie and very underrated and under talked about in my personal opinion. Um, so let's go ahead and read from the book for that particular oracle because I actually don't really have those cards down so well, though I would assume that a lot of just letting go and letting the universe do what the universe needs to do is going to be about, you stepping back, taking a nap. Okay, let me take a sip before I start reading. All right. You are in need of something so much deeper than rest. You need restoration, replenishment, and revival. This will not necessarily come from lying about some or taking a moment out of your day or evening activities. You are more likely to gain what you need by breaking with your routine completely and doing something different. You need some variety, some spice, some change to bring fresh energy into your body, mind, and heart. You need to restore and revive yourself by changing the usual flow of energy through your being. You could stimulate this process by going to a different place, meeting different people, and taking different action on what you usually do. You can return to your regular routine in time if it feels good for you. However, it is now time to move without pushing yourself beyond what is known, comfortable, and familiar. This oracle also comes as a message from the great loving guardian, which is life itself. You have been working so hard and have accomplished so much already. However, you often sell your accomplishments short and focus on how much more is yet to be done. Life is telling you that it's time to put down the paintbrush, the pen, the endless lists and thinking mind, and get into your body. Take the time to experience yourself in and of nature. Remember how to just be. In doing so, even for a relatively short amount of time, you will feel more of yourself and ready for the next phase. You might be surprised by what just a day or two of this can do for you. Restoration does not have to be a long and involved process, especially if it is attended to when needed. This oracle is also confirmation that you are in an important transition phase between one level of experience and the next. If you feel as though you are treading water or in some sort of purgatory, somewhere between your old life and your new life, then this particularly applies to you. If you can't quite break into the level you are reaching for, have faith. You are taking a breather between races. Soon you will have the power and energy you need to reach for the next level and succeed. If you have been considering a new endeavor or have recently started one, then this oracle brings a message of encouragement. Yes, this is a good step forward for you. You might be worried that you are taking on too much. You are encouraged to take out time to rest and rebalance yourself, but you are supported in your need for new and different experiences to refresh your spirit. You may have let some of these new endeavors go once you have gained what you need from them. However, they are useful now. You are encouraged to trust yourself and to know that you are working consciously to meet your own needs, and this is healthy and good. The oracle of rest and replenish also comes with guidance for your healing. If you have been under the weather, you will soon be well again. If you've been working on healing your mind, body, or soul, this oracle comes with assurance that what you are doing is working and bringing you benefits. Even if you are yet to experience the full extent of that benefit, continue with your work and know that you are indeed healing. Okay, let me take another step really fast, and then we'll get into the healing process. Imagine that you are floating in an ocean that has colors of turquoise to deep green and darkest deep blue. Notice what colors feel good. Enter and remain in that space for as long as you like. The water might be warm and sparkling, shallow and heated by the sun, or cool, deep, and mysterious. Allow it to be whatever feels good to you. When you are ready, open your eyes and break that routine of yours. You will have completed your healing process. I also want to say if you want to do that meditation while actually in a tub of water, I think that would be super effective. Especially putting salts in there and just having the intention that the salts help remove toxins from your body. That alone can do a lot to just make it easier to restore yourself. The other thing too with the hemp, okay, is those substances, if you know what you're doing and you are aware of what you are consuming, And only do it if it's legal where you live, okay? But it does help make it easier to get out of your mind and into your body. It makes it much easier to slow down your thoughts so they don't feel like they're just rushing you all the time, and to just generally feel much more relaxed about things. Um, but let's go into your love and relationship. Love and relationships for Cancer, please. Love and relationships for, okay, thank you. All right, we have the Seven of Daggers in reverse. And we have the Warden of Cups coming out with the Hermit. Okay. So, the Seven of Daggers in the reverse is the idea of getting caught or failing to keep a secret, keep things to yourself. Let's go ahead and actually move some of this up here. The Warden of Cups is someone who is incredibly emotionally mature, however. Someone who is emotionally mature, someone who is emotionally generous, they're very emotionally available to other people. And then with the Hermit card, so the Hermit is card number 9, and it is Virgo energy, in case you are keeping track of the energies that we're talking about. This could also, like, because we were talking about moon phases and using that to track, like, where things are going to be in your chart, it's possible that you could have your Venus in Virgo or the 9th house. You could have your 7th house in Virgo. You could have your 7th house in Virgo, or you could have your Venus in the 7th house, because the 7th house is about relationships, something of that matter. I do feel like someone might be coming towards you in the month of March as a result of you getting this equilibrium. The person could be a Virgo or have strong Virgo energy. Um, but for some reason, this isn't something that you want to be outward about. This isn't something that you are telling very many people about, kind of keeping to yourself, or at least trying to keep it to yourself. Trying to keep to yourself the way that you feel, or maybe they can't keep to themselves the way they feel about you. Um, yeah, the Seven of Daggers in the reverse coming out with the Warden of Cups, that does make me think of someone who, like, they don't play games, they don't, they're in connection with their feelings, and they're capable and willing to be very forthcoming about what it is that they feel. With the Hermit too, this could also be that you are spending a lot of time in solitude, and it's for the sake of introspection. So, just because someone is coming towards you doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go ahead and take them on or humor the situation, at least for the moment. Obviously, if you're in a place where you're like, no, I'm just kind of trying to figure my shit out, tell them. Be honest about that. And if they're cool about it, then they're cool about it. Um, but yeah, I do see someone wanting to be in your world at this time. And I don't usually say that in love readings. It's in this part of, like, my month readings. So, like, yeah, congratulations, Cancer. You might have someone for you. finances. This can also be school, too. I always forget that part. We have strength in the reverse. That's card number 8, Leo energy. With as many signs as are coming out here, yeah, I definitely feel like that's way too many, Spirit. I definitely feel like you are looking at where the moon is in your chart and what it's doing as it moves about. Good God. Okay, we have rooted, which is the Hierophant, Taurus energy in card number 5, and then we have the 3 of Crystals in the reverse. So in terms of career, finances, school, even if you're in school at this time, strength in the reverse and rooted it's a very interesting combination to have together. So rooted is about doing things traditionally, and strength in the reverse is when you feel weak or when you're not wanting to hold your own, not wanting to hold your ground about something. With the 3 of Crystals in the reverse, you're not experiencing a lot of teamwork at this time. It could be that like you're just doing a lot of work solely, or it could also be that people are just not working with you properly. And you're not really, it could be that you are having you want to do things in the way that you've always done them. You want to do things in a way that's familiar and traditional to you, but there's other people around you who want to do them differently. We did have collaboration here. So it could be that like maybe with a work project or with school, you're collaborating with people and you're kind of challenging yourself to go ahead and like maybe you're really applying the surrender energy to everything in your life at this time. And so you're just like, this isn't the way I normally do things. I normally do things in a very traditional, set, familiar way, but I'm trying to learn to be open. I'm trying to learn to surrender. So I'm going to just like not fight for what it is that I'm trying to do. Um, I'm not feeling like you're really fighting with anybody. Like I'm not getting that. I'm just getting that maybe like you are surrendering and you are letting yourself collaborate and letting other people lead what you're doing, but like with the 3 of Crystals in the reverse, I kind of feel like you are being part of a team, but you're not really enjoying it. It's sort of what I'm getting. Like, you want to do things your way, but you've become very committed to this whole idea of surrendering, right? So that's just something interesting that I see here. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's certainly not a bad thing to do things other people's ways, but it can be uncomfortable, like supremely uncomfortable. But if it's only uncomfortable if you stay rigid in feeling like it is wrong, or if you stay rigid in being bitter about wanting to do things your way. If you let go of that a little bit and you just let yourself flow and be open, it makes it so much easier to collaborate and to do things in a way that you may not have thought about otherwise. So now let's go ahead and take a look at your health and spirituality, Cancer. We have 2 of Wands. Yep. And we have the 3 of Cups. Very good. Okay. So health and spirituality wise, 2 of Wands is being ready for something, wanting to step into something. And 3 of Cups is celebration. So this is definitely like, this might be a very uncomfortable month for you in March, Cancer, but it's going to be something that you are in the end happy that you did. You're going to, by the end of the month, find yourself with a new set of friends. You're going to find yourself more balanced. You're going to find yourself ready to be with someone who is more available and open-hearted. And it could simply be your friends. It could simply be that the friends who come into your life are more emotionally available, don't play games, it's not a bunch of bullshit. It could just be that. Like, I'm getting, honestly, like, I'm getting that it's friends and people that you surround yourself with more than it is an actual lover. So yeah, this is going to be a great month by the end of it, Cancer. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you're going to grow so much. So much growth this month for you, and I'm very excited about it. But that is all I have for you, Cancer. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Please like, comment, and subscribe as you feel necessary. And go ahead and keep an eye out for your other signs. Remember to always take a look at your sun, moon, and rising to get a very complete look at what your upcoming month is going to look like. If you would like a personal reading, if this wasn't quite enough, then there is a link in the description for my calendar where you can schedule a reading with me. And other than that, I will see you again soon. Th- have a good month of March, Cancer. Be good, be safe, and love and light to you. Bye.